It was ecstasy for Rangers fans as they hoisted the trophy for the first time in 8 years. While it was national teeth for Sporting Lagos fans as that dream that they thought would continue into the 2024-2025 season ended in Ibadan as they lost to Shooting Stars of Ibadan by a lone goal and condemned them to the NNL. With that, I welcome you to another exciting edition of Sports Pizza. My name is Edwin Onyeboli. There's so much to talk about, so much to unpack on today's show. From the local scene, let's tell you also that the African Athletics Championship is currently on, and we're giving you all of the tidbits coming from Cameroon. In Europe, yes, European football, the championship is still on, and we have the hot favorites, or some of the favorites, qualifying for the round of 16. Don't forget, we have one or two transfer stories to discuss on today's show. So, like I said, it is a loaded one. We need to go on a break. Don't change the channel. We will be right back. I'm not doing this alone, of course. I have my man in the building. Welcome back to the show. It is Sports Pizza. My name is Edwin Onyeboli, and with me on set today is David. David, welcome.
Yeah,
how you doing?
Edwin, it's a pleasure to be here as always. Good to be here. I wanted to gloat about Rangers title, but I did that last week, so there's no need to gloat. I'm still enjoying the. It's a good one, fantastic. I'm happy for Fidelis Ilechukwu. Ground from the bottom and now at the top. I think it deserves it. For Rangers also, I think they finally did the right thing. They've been plugging at it since their last title in 2016. Eventually, they got it over the line. Good one for the MPFL. Good
one for Enugu Rangers. And David will start our conversation with Rangers. Yeah. Champions of the league, Fidelis Ilechukwu right now is the toast of many, the toast of Enugu fans, because he's brought back light to the cold city. Let's do a quick review of the season. For Rangers, it was coming into an uncharted territory with Fidelis Ilechukwu. The expectation or the target was to at least get a continental ticket, but they went a step further, got the league title, qualified for the Champions League, and you might say that it was thoroughly deserved.
Yeah, absolutely. I think for Fidelis Ilechukwu, I think when he stepped in, he had exactly what he wanted to achieve. And having come close with Plateau United, even with MFM also, I think he felt with a storied club like Rangers in the MPFL, who are champions of the league in the past, he felt he could do better with the rest of. And opportunity for him, he stepped into the club and he got the support from the club chairman Amobi, and I think everything went exactly as it should go. And I think this exceeded expectation, like you said. But I think they did the work and they were rewarded for it.
You mentioned the chairman Amobi. I didn't want to go into this direction, but we have to talk about it.
Yeah.
I don't understand why administrators don't stick to their job description. I don't understand why they don't stick to what is in their purview.
Yeah.
Why will the chairman or CEO, whatever you call him, of a football club, first you register yourself as a player, and on the final day, you take the shine away from the guys who have put in the work. Captain on the final day, when he should have gone to the regular captain. Yes, he didn't hoist the title, but it makes no sense to me. And these are so many things that you sit down and you begin to wonder, like, why do we do stuff like this?
It wouldn't happen anyway. I mean, last season not last season, 2 seasons ago, Bendel Insurance, we saw the deputy governor of the state, of Edo State, actually registering as a player. Fortunately for him and for us, he didn't get to play, because that would have been a 40-plus-year-old man, I think he's in his 50s, sitting on the bench, actually getting onto the field to play. So I think that drag, we thought it couldn't get any worse. And now we saw the GM of a club actually registering and getting on the field to play, engaging in training.
And you have people justify it.
It doesn't make anybody that justifies it doesn't understand where we are supposed to reach as a footballing nation, how football, as a sport and as a business is being taken in other parts of the world. It didn't happen anywhere else where, a club official or an administrator will now get on the field to. I mean, it takes the shine. Professionals should be professionals, do the things professionally, and don't just, things like this is why Nigeria will still be where it is.
All right, away from Rangers, Remo Stars back to back. top 3, top 4 finishes,
Yeah.
and this is a side that got promoted to the MPFL a couple of seasons ago, and they've grown in strength, in quality. You can see the work they put in from the administrators to the coaching staffs and to the players. In fact, their right back got called up to the Super Eagles, and this is the growth we want to see. These are the stories we want to tell in the MPFL.
Absolutely, and I think I'm going to juxtapose them with the Sporting League. I think this is where Sporting Lagos can take a few cues from Ramos. I mean, in all this journey, there was actually a relegation before their repromotion and then their rebranding. You know, I think they did the work both on the field and off the field, and I think that's where Sporting Lagos still need to, get it right. They need to do the work both off the field and also on the field. And I think Ramos Stars, then along the line also went to their sister club in Portugal, CD Ferenc, did his coaching badges there, and also brought their experience to the league. I think he calls himself Ijabo, style of football Ijabo, and if you're a Yoruba person, you know what Ijabo is. He brings the fight to the field of play, and I think it's deliberate. The club is deliberate, and everything. Look at their youth team Beyond Limits, also doing remarkably. Everything is heading in the right direction. Hopefully, the longer they remain in the league and achieve more like this, I mean, they will remain a beacon for how much growth you can experience in Nigerian football. All right,
completed top 3. Enyimba Football Club qualified for the CAF Confederations Cup, while the Rangers and Remo Stars qualified for the CAF Champions League. The final 4th slot, Shooting Stars just missed out on qualification. The top 4 finish for the side from Ibadan. It's their highest finish since 2005. That 4th slot, continental ticket, will go to the winner of the President Federations Cup. That is Abia Warriors versus El Kanemi, and that final will be played at the Mobolaji Johnson Arena in Lagos State. And for the relegated sides, Doma United, Sporting Lagos joined already relegated Heartland and Gombe United. What does this mean for Sporting Lagos? Do you think they can bounce back?
Yeah, I think they can bounce back. I mean, the NL, the way they negotiated, and this is a club that was founded in 2021, and the way they went about it, I think they got to the MPFL in style, and I think they got a step too far. I mean, their growth was not as organic as should be, and they found, in journeys like this, you have a bounce and then you have to drop back and then come. But I think they will bounce back. I mean, I use Remo Stars as a case study. I think they can take some examples from Remo Stars and they can find their way back. But unfortunately for the MPFL, 2 privately owned clubs are going down, but thankfully another one is coming to replace them. But I think everybody in Nigeria clamors for more privately owned clubs in the league, hopefully helping our league to grow. But the best for the league eventually. And
finally, Chijioke Mbauma finished as the top scorer at 17 goals. Has gone home with 200,000 naira. In fact, Enyimba produced the last 3 top scorers in the MPFL. Before we leave the local scene, David, let's go to the African Athletics Championship going on in Cameroon. But there's been a bit of controversies because a couple of the A-list athletes are complaining at the lack of organization currently going on in Cameroon.
Yeah, absolutely. And FIFA of really to be specific, and also some other athletes. I think her name is being mentioned because she's one of our high-profile athletes, and I think. I don't know why we keep having these issues going into. We are not at the Olympics yet. If we're having this kind of issues at the African Athletics Championship, then I think it's not boding well for the Olympics in Paris. But I think I can take positives. The likes of Ese Brume doing what she knows how to do best. Chidioke is also the shot putter doing what they know how to do best. Chioma Onyekwere doing what they know how to do best. There's positives and negatives. Our talents is there, but the organization and our administrators don't just help us, and it's a sad thing.
Yeah, and it's not a Nigerian thing. Like I said, athletes from around the continent, yes, have been complaining at the lack of organization. We hope that this is a setback and it is not a norm. We'll leave the African scene. David, quickly before we do our first break. From Formula 1, it is Max Verstappen, 7 wins in 10 races. This time it was in Barcelona, the Spanish Grand Prix. But it was also a good day for the British. Lando Norris second, Lewis Hamilton third, and George Russell finished 4th.
Yeah, absolutely. I think for me, I mean, Lando Norris, and I've worked with the Ricard team over the past few weeks, how he's taking the fights to Max Verstappen. I think, if not for a few mistakes at the start of the race, which is one of the crucial points in the race, he made a mistake and allowed Max Verstappen to take the race. After the race, he came out to complain about how himself and the team need to do better in coming races. And I think, but it's a good one for him. You know, first time he's now second in the drivers' standing, and first time in his career in the F1 for him to be on the podium position. And I think it's a good for Lewis Hamilton, Sir Lewis Hamilton, his first podium in 2024. It seems like this season is just biding his time, waiting for the Ferrari move. Yeah. But for Max Verstappen, doing what he knows how to do best. No matter the challenge that they keep throwing at him, he keeps showing his quality.
And before we go on our break, Yannick Sinner won his first title since he became world #1. He defeated Hoked Obez in the Hill Open final. And we're looking forward to Wimbledon starts on the 1st of July. I saw pictures of Djokovic at the All England clubs taking out practice and all that stuff. And I'm excited because there's this royal, majestic feel about Wimbledon.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's the attire, the outfit, when everybody wears all white, and everything just adds to the glamour. Yeah, and even because it's one of the grass circuits, and I think it's a good one. everything just comes together. The British have a way of making everything just royal, pomp and pageant, and I think we have players coming into their own. Alcaraz, after winning the Roland Garros, Sinner also looking to bounce back after losing the final. Djokovic, after dropping out of the Roland Garros, is coming into this one, hopefully show that he still has the quality. And it's shaping up to be a very good Wimbledon this year, and we are looking forward to it.
All right, we need to go on our first break. I'm sure you're having fun with us. We'll be right back with more from football. All right, David, it's time to talk European Championship, and we know that the host country, Germany, are through to the round of 16. Switzerland also. You have Portugal, you have Spain going through to the next round. So far, from the teams you have seen, yes, we know that we had favorites coming into the tournament, but are you sticking with your favorites to go all the way, or having seen a good amount of games, you're going to change your opinion?
Well, I would change my opinion a bit. I think the Spain I expected to turn up at this tournament is not the Spain that has turned up. I mean, they've come with a different flavor, a different spice, and I'm really impressed with what they're able to do. They've switched a little bit from their ultra-possessive, passing dead by 1,000 passes style of football. And now there's a certain bit of directness from Lamine Yamal and Nico Williams, one of the players of the tournament. And I think for them, I'll raise them a bit higher in my standing for favorites for this tournament. Maybe put them number 2 behind Germany. I still think Germany, while the Switzerland game was a stumble, but I think they still have enough quality, what they've shown with Nagelsmann. So I think number 1 and 2, that's where I'll just make a few changes. All
right, let's talk about Germany. We saw them against Switzerland. It was a scare for the Germans. But first, were you surprised that Nagelsmann didn't make changes, knowing fully well that a couple of his players, in fact, Jonathan Tah got a second yellow card and is ruled out for the round of 16. Andrich in midfield could have gotten a card that would have taken it out from the round of 16. But was that wise from him, or you thought it was an irrational decision to go with an unchanged side?
Well, I think he took a gamble. I mean, the press conference before the game, he was asked that same question, and he said he was sacrificing, rotation for team chemistry. He wants to build chemistry. Matches like this in the group stages have a certain team and then play them more and more, so they build more chemistry over the course of the competition. That's why he didn't make those changes. It backfired, and it also did not go the way he expected, and hopefully it does not come back to bite them even harder in the next one, because Tah is going to be missing. So they're going to bring in Schlotterbeck, and Schlotterbeck has, he came in the closing stages of the Switzerland game, but is he going to have enough match rhythm to pair with Rudiger? So hopefully it doesn't come back to bite him, but he took a gamble, and you have to pay for it eventually.
All right, also for Portugal, didn't start well in the first game. I wouldn't say they started well, they got all 3 points, but the performance didn't match the expectation. Go through to the second game, easily dispatched Turkey. They are making a case as strong contenders. Not many put them as #1, but when you see the squad depth, you see the strength and quality. it's going to take some beating to eliminate Portugal.
Yeah, absolutely. I think if Roberto Martinez, the first game he complicated things, from their pre-tournament friendlies, he tried 3 different systems. Okay, he felt it could work. He got in the tournament and then he changed. He didn't use any of the 3. He came with a totally new system. He gave Cancelo a free roll, and that free roll, he got lost in it. And then he got to the second game and he went back to type, reverted to type, played Joao Palhinha with Bruno Fernandes and, giving them solidity in that midfield. And I think it worked out for them. They're now finding their feet gradually. If Roberto Martinez can stick to doing the basics, put players in the right positions, and put the players in their best position, allow them to do what they know how to do best, I think they're one of the favorites. They are really going high up in my ranking.
All right, David, let's talk about some teams that have been eliminated. And I'm going to talk about Poland. The reason why I'm bringing up Poland is because, of course, Robert Lewandowski, 36 years. I struggle to see him make another major tournament with Poland. That's not to say it's not going to happen. Hey, Pepe is 41, Ronaldo is 39. Who is saying at 38 he can lead Poland to another major tournament? But how would you view his international career with Poland?
I mean, it's been this is the story of his career. It's been, he's the all-time highest goal scorer, but in the major tournaments he has failed to deliver. I mean, he didn't get a World Cup goal till the last one in Qatar. That's when he got his first goal at the World Cup, and he has been to a few World Cups. So I think he has failed. It's like the support cast around him is not exactly what is this dilemma of the support cast at club level. You see what you get at international. I mean, apart from Piotr Zielinski, who plays for Napoli, who's moving to Inter now, I think they don't have much quality that can match the level. He's the only world-class player that is in that squad, and I think that's where the responsibility of one man carrying the burden of the whole nation has become too much for him to carry, and that's why he has failed to deliver for them.
Who has been the standout player so far?
Now, I mentioned him earlier, Nico Williams. I mean, his directness. I mean, he was linked with a lot of clubs over the course before the Euros started, but after these Euros, I mean, his stock is going to go even higher. I mean, Barcelona, the likes of Atletico Madrid, a lot of teams are going to go up. His release clause, I think, it's about 60 million. Clubs will bite their hands over that kind of, because it gives you something different. His directness, his speed. I mean, it takes on fullbacks and makes the fullback totally exhausted before the 90 minutes are up, and that's quality for me.
All right, standout team.
Standout team is Spain for me. It feels like I'm doing a Spanish team this morning, but I think Spain have been really good. I mean, it's the way we've seen them over the years, ultra possessive football, sometimes it's possession for no basis, just to deny the opposition. But now they are comfortable letting you get the ball. But when they get it, their movement, transition in midfield, Fabian Ruiz and Rodri.
And also direct.
Yeah, very direct.
The pace and trickery of Nico and Yamal.
They caught Italy apart in that second game. They went through them like hot knife through butter. It was just so fantastic to see.
We wrap up the show with a bit of transfer stories, and Michael Olise to Bayern Munich. No one saw that coming. Same way, no one saw Vincent Kompany join Bayern Munich. Is this a good move for Olise? We know that Chelsea strongly went in for him. Rumors that United were in the hearts for him. But his new destination is Bayern Munich, £55 million deal. Again, is this a big move for him? Or is this career-wise a good move for Olise?
I think it is. I mean, going to Germany, fine, you say it's Bayern Munich, but when you look at the Bundesliga, it's a favorable environment for young English players in the past. We saw Jadon Sancho go there and thrive. We saw Jude Bellingham go there and thrive. So hopefully he will also get his opportunity. I mean, going to Bayern, fine, you say, okay, it's Bayern Munich. Champions League is majorly where the pressure really matters. In the league, there's a lot of wiggle room for him to grow and develop. And under a manager like Kompany, it's obvious that it's Kompany that actually wanted him at the club. And I think he's going to have a fun time there. He's going to develop as a player and even as an individual.
And finally, we're going to talk about a guy you've talked about a lot in the last couple of minutes, Nico Williams. Heavily linked with Chelsea and Barcelona. 65 million euros release clause in his contract. If you were to advise him, stay or leave?
No, I advise him to leave. I mean, he should not make the mistake his elder brother, Iñaki Williams, made and stay too long at Athletic Club. But I think he should leave. His stock is on the high, and I think what he offers to clubs, I mean, is something that a lot of clubs around Europe are looking for. And I think it's the right opportunity for him to move.
And of course, this is the right time to say our goodbyes on the show. I'm sure you had so much fun with us in the studio. We leave you with our video for the week. Do enjoy it. And remember to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Follow us on our social media platforms at SportsPizza, now showing on your screen. Until we do the same time next week, it is adios from me, Edwin Onyepolise, and to David. It's been fun having you once again.
Thank you for having me, Edwin. It's a pleasure as always. From Abe David, it's goodbye.